Welcome students in part 5 of class 10th SHT economics. Children, the chapter is third, money and credit. In this chapter we will discuss formal and informal sectors who provide credit in India. Children, first we will try to understand this pie chart. This pie chart indicates sources of loan per 1000 rupees in India in 2012 case. Children, here we have seen that there are two types of sectors of loan that they pay. First one is formal sector, another is informal sector. In formal sector, loans are paid by government bodies, that is cooperative banks and Reserve Bank of India's nationalized banks and other Grameen banks. So children, they are formal sectors of loan, and informal sectors of loans may be money lenders, traders, relatives, friends, any other institution and many other things. So children, here we are try to understand that in 2012 how much loans were given. Just cooperative society, from cooperative society people took 25% loan, and from government sector they took only 1% loan, and from other non-institutional agencies they took only 2% loan, and from relative and friends, this portion is relatives and friends, they took 8% loan. From money lenders they took 33% loan, and from landlords they took 1% loan. From commercial banks they took 25% credit, and from other institution agencies they took 5% credit. So what we are observing here means both formal sectors and informal sectors are involved in giving credit to needy people, and people are also taking credits from formal and informal sectors both. But which sector is fruitful for borrowers? That is a major question. To solve this question, we should try to understand the difference between formal sector of credit and informal sector of credit. This type of sectors, they are divided in our society, and people, because of illiteracy, unawareness, and people's they were under IQ, that's why they could not understand the difference between formal sector of credit and informal sector of credit, and they trapped in money lenders views, and they started taking credits from money lenders, relatives, friends, other non-institutional agencies, landlords, and other institutional agencies. All these provided them credit at high interest. Some provided 5% per month. At 5% per month they provided loans. So how much it became? 60% per annum. Okay. Similarly, some provided 10% or 40% quarterly. Then what will happen? It means it is quarterly, that is after 3 months. So they have to pay 160%, means just double. So what will become? It will become very painful to repay, and this case it is also painful. And these credits are obtained from, you can say, money lenders, landlords, sometimes relative and friends. So it becomes a very miserable condition for the borrower, and they are in great loss, and sometimes they will involve in debt or debt trap. So sometimes they have to sell their land to repay. Sometimes they take illegal actions against borrowers, and sometimes they involve punishment activities, and they used to punish them either mentally or physically. So these are the miserable conditions of the borrowers because they are involved in informal sectors. But children, from formal sector, the formal sector credit is organized by Reserve Bank of India. All nationalized banks, Gramin banks, they all work on the guidelines of RBI, and RBI provides these credits not only for the entrepreneurs or other huge capitalists. They also have some welfare programs for people living in rural area, needy people. Even landless people are also able to take loan on various simple collateral, and this is government's program. And children, one thing more, Reserve Bank of India have special guidelines that all banks, they should provide cheap credit in rural area. Either they establish Gramin Bank or any other agencies, and with the help of this, every needy people should be provided. Government does not provide credit for profit, means it is for welfare of the society. That's why they provide loans at cheap rate, that is 4% per annum interest. Government provides these types of credits, and these credits becomes fruitful for them. So children, you have understood that formal sector of loan credit, that is fruitful because it is supervised by Reserve Bank of India, a government body. Here the pain recovery cannot become painful. Sometime at the time of elections, most of the people, they waive off the loans, and even farmers, weaker sections, they are in plus point. And various cases in Haryana, once Chaudhary Devilal, he waived off all loans of these farmers, whatever they had taken from formal sectors, and these farmers, they were now free from all worries. So children, means credit from formal sector is always beneficial. That's why we should every time takes credit from only public sector, that is from the formal sectors. Okay, but in case of informal sectors, the recovery always become painful. First of all, they impose very high rate of interest, because they have no you can say they have no rules and regulation. They are not under pressure, they are free because they are capitalist. They have huge amount, they are free to give loan at any rate of interest. It is the condition of borrower, what is the mental status of borrower, at what interest they are able to. If they are in necessity, they generally takes loan at high rate of interest, because they are unable to go formal sectors, that is to approach banks. And in banks, they documentation conditions and various other conditions are so difficult. Even sometimes bank employees, they deals harshly, and sometimes they are unable to help them. That's why they goes to bank and return from that. But taking credit from informal sector is easy. They have to approach their relatives, friends, money lenders, landlords, and in a simple statement they can get that at a particular term and condition, these loans. But it is loss for them. They always suffer loss. That's why children, we have to try to understand the difference between formal sector of credit and informal sector of credit. For informal sector of credits, they have no rules and regulation. They always takes high rate of interest. They are not organized by Reserve Bank of India or government bodies. They perform illegal activities while recovery, and sometimes they used to give them physical punishment. Along with this, various types of collaterals, that is you can say confiscated, jabt kar lete the. And all these conditions brought the borrowers in difficult situation, that is sometimes debt trap. That's why we should be aware of these informal sectors. So students, I think it is sufficient to understand the difference between formal sectors of credit and informal sectors of credit. Okay, thank you for watching this clip.